What's going on, you guys? Yeah! Wow, the excitement feels so good. I'm Megan Holiday. I want to welcome you to our brand new Helpful Honda Sound Space. Do you guys know that Fall Out Boy are right out there? Do you know that they're right there? They are going to perform some songs. I'm going to have a little chat with them. Please help me give a very warm welcome to Fall Out Boy! All right, what's up, Pete? Patrick, hello. Hi, Joe. I know this is our...
So nice to meet you.
Andy. Hi. Guys are all here. How are you feeling today? Are you tired from the show last night?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you got to do it again, and you got to play today. Well, we really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. So how was the show last night?
It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Pete, I have to ask you about your guitar with the flames coming out the top. Have you ever singed your hair at any point? Oh, he's got a... Is the bunny going to answer?
Just the ones that I'm nervous about.
Oh, what? Did that one make you nervous?
I don't know. I'm not sure legally if I'm allowed to say whether there's been any singeing or not.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That is a really good point.
There hasn't been. I'm just...
Well,
Sorry,
And
Patrick.
it totally threw me. Where did this rabbit come from?
Did you know that he had that?
No.
Okay,
I
okay.
had no idea.
This is a fun surprise.
Yes.
Do you pull that
Fun.
out whenever you get nervous in conversation in general?
It's a new thing, but...
Okay. I like it. So it just looks like it gets very hot. We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. though.
Actually, the wind was blowing the wrong way last night for the flame base. So...
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's when I
So-
realize that I'm not actually have any pyrotechnic skills at all. I'm like, what do I do?
Oh my God. Well, your production is incredible. You guys sound just so on. I mean, dude, Andy, you're just like ripping it up back there. Can I ask you? Yeah, give it up for Andy, you guys. God. Can I ask you, is there a song or a band that you like to listen to? Like, do you throw on some Metallica and just get a little pumped up before?
Yep.
Is it Metallica? Did I guess?
No, it's Cannibal Corpse right now.
Oh, snap. That's awesome. Conversely, do you have a song when you're at home, you're having a tough day, and you want to put a song to cry? Do you have
Corpse.
that? What did you say?
Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, on Saturday night in Chula Vista, where I used to work at the BJ's down there, you guys, okay? I was slinging pazookies, thank you. So Mikey Way came out to join you guys for a song. Yeah, give it up for Mikey Way. We love My Chemical Romance. So you guys have probably been friends with them for a really long time, yeah? Can you give us a KROQ exclusive of saying that maybe you guys are gonna go on tour together? Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance 2024 tour, please?
Whenever we say anything about any of these things, people are like, they're lying. No, they're telling the truth. They're lying.
No, I
We're
have
going to
no
let the
idea.
rabbit answer.
I think it's wishful thinking, you know? And maybe we can manifest it into reality.
We love them. We think they're very cool. So
Yeah. All right, so much for Stardust. Wow. Give it up for the album, right? I was talking to some fans, and they said that this album was just you guys perfectly wrapping up all of your eras and then putting it into this album, but also like the evolution. So did you guys start writing this while you were on the Hello Mega tour?
No.
Okay.
Well, sort of. I guess. Well, Hell Mega was weird because it got broken up so much because of COVID. But really, we had.
What was COVID again?
I don't remember either.
Hey, you
I
didn't...
noticed it was unmentioned in your song.
Yeah, it was unmentioned.
So Hell Mega was this weird experience where it was like, periodically we would be like trapped in our houses, and then you would go out in the world and then go back. It wasn't like our normal touring recording schedule and everything. So, but when we had like one song, and I think it was gosh, what's the name of it? You always rename the songs and then I don't know what they're called anymore.
What's the demo name?
Is it Flu Game? think it was Flu Game. I think we went in. We had one song, and we were like, we like this. This sounds like a record, and we played it for Neil Avron, who I didn't know if he was going to do a record. He doesn't really produce anymore. He's winning Grammys as a mixer, so. So he's busy, and he's like, okay, I'll do it. And that was kind of it, and we kind of started from there.
That's so awesome. And what did you feel like Neil was going to be able to bring back to doing this new album?
Neil is just really meticulous, and he spends, he spends all of the important time, but it's a lot of time. Like, when you go in with Neil, like you are going to break down every molecule of that song, and he does not play around. He's the sweetest guy in the world, but it's more like you'll play him something, you'll be like almost done, and he'll be like, what about this word? Do we like this word? And it's always everything. Like he said, the first thing he said to us when he called you, or when we were talking, he's like, so what's Fall Out Boy gonna be singing about?
Oh yeah, he we were in the room and he turned around and it was like, out of a fever dream where like an owl's looking at your face too close, and he's like, what will the songs be about? And I was like, oh my God. It was a macro dose.
Wow. And that's when you knew it was really serious.
Neil's very cool. He was like, the first thing he said to me was, this cannot be a throwback record. And then I thought that was, he had me at hello there on that one.
Yeah. Well, the first time I listened to the album, I just thought, these guys are having a blast. It just feels like you guys are just having so much fun. So, did you guys record it here in LA?
So are you guys actually having fun?
Great question, Rabbit. But was it fun?
No, that's puppets. You don't have to do your face. It's just the hand. It's just the hand part. We'll work on it later. It's fine.
I think I read a quote in the very beginning when you guys were getting together, and you said, we just wanted to lock ourselves up in a room and, just go back to basics. Is that sort of what happened?
Sort of. I mean, yeah, kind of in the way that there was a thing where we used to just, I don't know, throw ideas at the wall, and and that process takes a long time, and so like there's just things in that record that we wouldn't get to do. Like, so Butch Walker, amazing producer, and we had a great experience with him. Also on Save Rock and Roll, but he's very fast. He's incredibly fast. So you get in there, and by the end of the night, you might have that song, and that's what you hear. That's the finished thing. With Neil, we were able to keep throwing things around. So, like, for example, Fake Out, we kept trying to figure it out. And there's so many rules to being in a band where it's like, you'll see like, when I see. Sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll be like, oh, well, so he's the lead guitarist and you're the rhythm guitarist. And it's like, well, no, yes, but we also kind of figure our things out. Like, there was a Fake Out. We were almost done with that song and it just didn't make sense. We couldn't figure it out. And Joe goes in and he's like, give me a second. And he grabbed an acoustic guitar and he laid down rhythm guitar on both sides of the record. He did 2 passes of rhythm guitar. And it was like, and we both were, everyone in the room was like, oh, that's the song. It just kind of like, it was those kind of moments that we wouldn't have gotten if we did the like really fast thing. Being able to like really pour, or like Heaven, Iowa. That song, we spent so much time. I mean, Joe and I would send just layers of things back. We spent so much time just doing every conceivable noise that we could get out of a guitar, and then layering that as many times as we could. And we must have sent Neil like, I have no idea how many tracks of guitar.
I sent many emails that said sorry.
But you want to get it right, obviously, and you didn't feel like you were under a time crunch. You felt like you could really just take your time
totally.
to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no, and there's also like no real, like, by that point we had taken so like too long, for a record, so people stopped asking, like, oh, when's for a while it was, oh, when's a new Fall Out Boy record coming out? And I was at a kid's birthday party, and one of my neighbors goes, so do you guys, sorry for asking, are you still in a band? You guys still make music? I guess I better put that record out.
When you guys took your hiatus back in 2009, what do you feel like you learned? And when you got back together, did you feel like you had a new appreciation for getting to do what you do?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that there's a danger when you're going, like, like you're doing all these going all these crazy places, but then it becomes kind of monotonous because you just go to like an airport and then like into the hotel, and then you sometimes like find yourself like you're in Tokyo and you're just like sitting in your hotel room instead of experiencing the culture or something. And I think that taking the time off let you really appreciate it when you came back to it, and I think appreciate each other as more grown-up type people.
I also want to say, I don't know, this is like such a weird thing, but like it just irks me because I'm scaring the bunny. You're okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh no, he's prey animals. You don't look him in the eye, right? So one thing about the hiatus thing is that like it drives me nuts because I do think that there's definitely like a line in the sand where like we, had certain things sounds and things that we did before then and certain sounds and things we did after that. So I see it as that, but I kind of hate the hiatus as this thing of like, when you weren't a band, we were still a band. We were always a band. Like it drives me nuts thinking about like, like there's this little period where it's like, oh, and you weren't a band. No, we absolutely were a band. We just had this moment, where like, I don't know, a couple of us got married, and a couple of us, moved, and a couple of us did records and stuff. It wasn't like it was just like we took a little vacation, but the band was still there. So it always, I don't know, for some reason it bugs me because it's like as if we weren't all consciously still thinking about the band and doing band, we still sent. So part of the thing that's this kind of lost story, but we did send songs back and forth a lot during that period. A lot of them just were really bad. Like I would write these weird things and people would be like, yeah, maybe.
No, there's a couple good ones though.
Man.
Too.
Yeah, there are a couple.
Oh my God. Well, you guys, it's so important that you were living your lives. And like you said, it's like you can run into some really hard mental health stuff during that. And it's so good that you took that step back, which also leads me to Joe. I want to just, say that I really respect the fact that you took a step away and you just said, hey, I need to really focus on my mental health and getting better. And I just want to ask how you're doing and how does it feel to be back playing shows again?
Thanks for saying that. Feels good. I'm here.
Yeah, give it up for Joe. No, really, it takes a lot of guts, like I also struggle, and it's like I have to suit up and show up and be on the radio every day and be on, and it can be really difficult. So, and you guys are in a band, and like you're always in a different place, and there's no like consistency. So like I'm just glad that you're doing well, and it's great to see you. Okay, we're nearing the end of this. I just want to ask a fan question. So Sarah, Allie, Rachel, and Eric, they just got matching Fall Out Boy tattoos, which are so dope. Yeah, right? And so the question that they wanted me to ask you is that they want to know your song GINASFS, which is a B-side from Infinity on High. Well, you guys played it at Wrigley and at BMO as the only repeat surprise song, and they want to know what's the story behind that song.
I really don't ever like unpacking lyrics too much or unpacking art too much because it just means different stuff to everybody, and I think sometimes you remove the meaning. Some people will be like, oh, I thought it was something else, and I'm like, fuck, it's like the thing that they thought was better than the thing that I thought. So yeah, on that level, but I will say that for people who are going to multiple shows, that like once a song gets out from the Magic 8 Ball, then it can get kind of played anywhere. So there will be some of those songs will get repeated into the sets and stuff. So hopefully, if you're coming to other shows, you'll see different stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was how I
Okay.
totally
Or
don't
not.
answer the question at all. Talk to the bunny!
Okay, and is Skylar around here? Skylar makes bracelets, and she wanted to give you these bracelets.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So
Thank you.
Can I give these to you and then maybe just take them backstage afterwards? So thank you, Skylar. That's so awesome. Obviously, your fans love you so much, and they just want to see you perform. So, you guys, thank you so much for joining
got 'em
me.
all.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. It was an honor and a privilege to get to talk to you guys. So, all right, so they're going to leave the stage. We're going to clear the chairs and all that stuff, and then they're going to perform some songs. So give it up for Fall Out Boy, you guys. And thank you for being such a great audience. I love you. Thank you for listening to KROQ. You guys are really the best. So thank you so much.
Why will you trade the pain for? I'm not sure we've ever had it to the statue of David. We were a pain and you could never frame it. You were the sunshine of my life. Why will you trade the pain for? The city always hangs a little bit lonely or be loose. Like a kid playing pretend in his father's suit. I'll never go. I just want to be invited. Oh, got to give up. Don't fight it, singing my love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Generations sleep falling in and out of love. I'm getting so to feel it here. Why will you trade the pain for? Not sure nobody ever wants to go but heaven. Summer falling through our fingers again, and you were the sunshine of my lifetime. Why will you trade the pain for? Say we gotta get there, no matter what it takes. But there's no way off the heads to wheel all this race. I'll never go. I just want to be invited. Oh, got to give up. Get the feeling. Don't fight it. Till my love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Saw you in a bright, clear field. Hurricane heat in my head. Kind of pain you feel to get good in the end. Good in the end. Stride like stone and faded by the rain. You know what you love. You know what you love. For it does you in. Sending my love from the other side of the apocalypse. And just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Love from the other side of the apocalypse. And just about snapped. Don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger. Sending my love. She says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. Then started out a joke with a romantic and stuck to my tongue. Way down with words too, no good dramatic. Tonight it's a can't get much worse. First than we should ever feel like. I'm two photos of the hotel, and I don't wanna forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so I'll write them to anything just to get by. Distance, we're falling apart to it. Distance, people love you like to me. Dance, this is the way they love you. Yeah, you love me. You always fall just before you found out. Break up, it's last call, last resort. But only the first mistake. I miss me. Lying back to the mausoleum. Not to your bedpost, you're just a Lord in the sun. We're always sleeping in and sleeping routine. We're gonna lie around. The sugar will come and dance me. I'll be the number one in the bullet. Only got complex talking. We're gonna lie around. Sugar will come and dance me. Number one in the bullet. Only got complex talking. We're always sleeping in and sleeping routine. We're gonna lie down and lay around. Sugar will come and dance me. I'll be the number one in the morning. Loaded gun, complex, cocky, booty. We're gonna lie down and lay around. Sugar will come and dance me. Number one in the morning. Loaded gun, complex, cocky, booty. Down in and really around. Sugar will come and dance with me. I'll be the number one in the bullet. Loaded gun, complex, cocky, bullet. In and really around. Sugar will come and dance with me. Number one in the bullet. Loaded gun, complex, cocky, bullet. We're gonna
So it's very odd to go from playing a stadium to playing a room like this. It's a shock. It reminds me this time I went to horror nights with a friend of mine, and the fucking best, you know, religious experience. And I don't really like smoke weed, but when I do, we can talk about it because it's legal here, right? This is fine. Okay. When I do, it's always like really sleepy indica, and I just go to sleep or whatever. And my friend was like, "You should, you know, smoke some weed with me." And I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea. Yeah, this is great." And so I'm smoking, and I'm already like get scared of everything, you know, or whatever. So like halfway through smoking it, I'm following him. I'm like, "Yeah, I only smoke indica, so it's, you know." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, this is sativa. You'll be fine." And the next thing I know is I followed him into the bathroom. I'm standing behind him while he's peeing in the urinal, losing my shit. And he's like, "You're going to be fine." And I ended up having the best experience at Horror Nights. So I feel like that's what's happening here, you know? We're behind each other at the urinal, but we'll be okay.
I think I understood the bunny thing more.
I don't know, man. I ate too many paint chips when I was a little kid. We wanted to thank KROQ for letting us do this and for playing some of our tunes.
When you ask how I've been, I know you mean well. I know you mean well. Who am I dialing tonight? That's a bummer. Though I might freeze a burn feelings. Get your child on a jet in the night sky, screaming at the stars like night lights. And I love my life, love my life. we made it back with a few dreams of ours still intact. I had a diamond on the inside, just had the pressure. No, it's inside me, but I got no map to my own treasure. I'm just a child running colors through the night sky, screaming at the stars like night lights. And I love my life, running little fingers through the red lights. And I guess I'm getting bolder 'cause I'm less busy to make it to your year and restless. Another world, live a dream, tangerine sweat when I get down. Silent killers, obviously it's coming like waves.
You put the fun in this function.
Hold me like a grudge. Love is always spinning and I can't keep up. Faster and do it all. Hold on to me, full-time problem, yeah. Hold me like a grudge. 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 I knew better. I thought it would get better. I figured somehow better. I would've got it together. But if you put your heart in it, it will do more than just get out together. Now I call you up and man, you have no fun without me. I'm like a storm on the horizon, Fun in this dysfunction. Hold me like a rush. Love is always spinning and I can't keep up. Faster and do it. Hard times don't make full-time problem. Yeah, hold me like a rush. Hold me like a rush. Yeah. Hold me like a rush. Hold me. Hold me like a rush. Hold me like a grudge. I confess I messed up. I've been sorry like it's still around. And I know you're dressed up. Hey kid, you'll never live this down. 'Cause you're just the girl all the boys wanna dance with. And I'm just the boy who's had too many chances. Sneaking on your first, hard to get feeling. She said, why don't you just drop it out with you? But you can't blame me for hating it. Say, who are you waiting for? It's her. I said my clothes dirty 'cause I'm not always late. I know you give up on me 'cause darling, what did you expect? I'm just all lost cause a long shot don't even take despair. You can pick all the rules, you can aim all the spotlights, glitter the size and the mouth is just right. I'm sleeping on your bus, all to get dreaming. She said, why don't you just try it out with you? But you can't blame me for hating it. Say what you're waiting for, it's her. Said my clothes dirty 'cause I know it always on. You said you'd keep me honest, always on. But I won't call you on. Always but you can't blame me for hating it. Say what all you're waiting for, it's her. Said my clothes dirty 'cause I'm not always Said my clothes dirty 'cause I'm not always late.
Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully we'll see some of you guys later tonight.
Gonna make you bend and break. Say a prayer, but let the good times roll. In case God doesn't show. And I want these words to make things right, but it's the wrongs that make the words come to life. Who does he think he is? And that's the worst you got. But I brought some fingers back to the key. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they were so great. It tastes like new, the sweeter. One night, yeah, and one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, the sweeter. We're looking forward to the future. My eyesight is going there, and this crystal ball, it's always cloudy except for when you're looking to repair. Yes, one night stand. One night, one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they were so great. We taste like you, sweeter. One night, yeah, one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, sweeter. Oh, they say I'm anything in the form of crunching numbers in hotels, collecting page 6 lovers. Get me out of my mind, get you out of those clothes. I'm a line away, getting you into the mood. Oh, one night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they were so great. He tastes like you, sweeter. Oh, one night, yeah, and one more time. Thanks for the memories.